Hey everyone! Today's video is going to blow your mind. Can you believe that these things actually happen? We're talking about the most unbelievable, absurd deaths in history. And these aren't just accidents. They're ridiculous ways that people lost their lives. But there is an award for these kinds of deaths. The Darwin Award. This honor goes to those who, through reckless or foolish actions, have removed themselves from the gene pool, making humanity just a little bit smarter. Let's dive into the craziest deaths that actually happened. Are you ready? In a bizarre and tragic event in southern Egypt, a farmer went into a well to rescue a chicken that had fallen in. But once inside, he couldn't get out. His three brothers tried to rescue him, but none of them could swim. Soon, elderly men tried to help, but all of them ended up drowning in the well. After all was said and done, 6 people had drowned. But incredibly, the chicken was still alive. In Australia, a kung fu master boasted to his students that they were skilled enough to fight wild animals with their bare hands. One of his students took this challenge seriously and went to a zoo early in the morning to fight a lion. He snuck into the lion's enclosure and ended up becoming its prey. I don't think that's exactly what the master had in mind when he made his challenge. A 40-year-old man in a motorized wheelchair was waiting for an elevator at a subway station when it started to go down without him. In frustration, he rammed his wheelchair into the elevator doors 3 times. On the 3rd try, the doors buckled and opened inward, causing him to fall down the shaft. His anger led to his death. This bizarre incident took place in Idaho. Marco and his friends were driving down a mountain when suddenly the brakes of their van failed. In a panic, Marco jumped out of the driver's seat without warning his friends. Fortunately, one of his friends quickly took over the wheel and stopped the van. But when they went back to the spot where Marco had jumped out, they found him dead. He had hit his head on the ground and died instantly. Ironically, no one else was injured. In Utah, a paraglider named Craig decided to land his parachute in the water. Thinking it would be a smooth and unique landing, he succeeded in landing in the water. But that's when things went terribly wrong. Water started flooding into his parachute and he was quickly dragged downstream. Eventually, he drowned. In Italy, a 53-year-old man decided to perform a dangerous stunt by attaching himself to an old cable car and rappelling down the mountain. Despite warnings from others, he went ahead with it. Unfortunately, he hit rocks several times and, about 200 meters down, collided with a steel tower, killing him instantly. A 27-year-old man in the UK decided to try cliff diving from a 24-meter-high cliff. The problem? He had 0 experience with diving from such heights. The average Olympic diving height is just 10 meters. And diving from 24 meters makes you hit the water at a speed of around 60 mph, a force that can easily knock someone unconscious. He lost consciousness mid-dive and later died in the hospital. In New York, a 44-year-old man named David wanted to lose weight, so he decided to perform liposuction at home using a vacuum cleaner. Instead of going to a hospital with professionals, he chose to save money and do it himself. Sadly, his makeshift procedure ended in tragedy as he passed away from the botched attempt. Some things are just better left to the experts. In Italy, a 46-year-old man named David Monk and his friends, after drinking, decided to take a mattress sled ride down a hill. They tore off protective mats around a pillar, took them up the hill and rode them down. But the worst part, they crashed into the very pillar they'd taken the mat from. David didn't survive the collision. Alcohol and risky stunts never mix well. And there you have it, the most absurd and tragic Darwin Award winners in history. These deaths serve as a reminder of how reckless decisions can have deadly consequences. I hope this video gave you something to think about.